Welcome back to the Fundamentals Podcast where we talk all things sports. It is just me today. Adrian's not with us. He'll be back, should be back next week. But I have a few things to talk about in the sports world. I hope everybody enjoyed the weekend with college football, week one. Um, First of all, I want to start out with this. I want to, real quick, talk about the Caitlin Clark um thing, with you know Angel Reese and all of that. So here's the thing. Caitlin Clark is great at her position. She's a great ball player. I'm not even gonna just say at her position. She is a really, really good basketball player. She has brought excuse me. She has brought some things to the WNBA that I feel were needed. She's definitely brought some light, right? Angel Reese is a great player. You know, at her position, she's doing big things too. I'm sick of the media turning this into like some kind of Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese thing. Like, why can't they just both be great at what they are doing in their lane, in their space, right? Um, yes, like Caitlin Clark is putting up some phenomenal numbers, and Angel Reese is too, just in a different, category, right? Why can't the media just embrace that for what it is? Why can't the media just say, that they're doing some great things, and not even just them, right? Not even just them, but like this class, I feel has been kind of like a special class, and that we could say that that's due to Caitlin Clark. Like we could say that's because of Caitlin Clark. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Um, Asia Wilson is doing like crazy numbers. She's not a rookie. She's like for sure the MVP of the league. Like she should probably be the face of the league in my opinion, right? But the league is doing some big things right now. But I feel like what's happened is the media has it's it's dramatized and we're not appreciating what we're seeing. It's more like trying to create narratives of making players dislike each other. And I get it. That's part of the sport. That's a thing. Like that's Peyton versus Manning, Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson, whatever, right? Like that's gonna be in sports. Like we know that, right? But why are we taking these great moments and they have to be like fueled by like negative energy and drama? Because to me, it takes away. Because here's what you have, right? Like, let's be realistic. Somebody like me who enjoys the sport, I've constantly been somebody that advocated for um for the for sports and being passionate about it and loving sports and how much it means to me, right? Um and with that said, when I'm watching something so beautiful in terms of where the WNBA is going marketing wise, right? Angel Reese is getting commercials, and these all the like not even all of these Caitlin Clark, and they're in commercials now, and they're getting a bigger bag now, right? Um, but it's just fueled from so much negative energy, and me being like somebody that's so into it and so passionate. I watch it and I enjoy it when I watch it, and I understand what's going on. And then you have seen some new fans that aren't necessarily fans of the sport per se, but fans of Caitlin Clark. And I'm gonna say this, right? They don't quite know how it works, right? And so they do this group think thing, right? And so when these social media platforms put make the joke, oh yes, Angel Reese only averages a double double because all the rebounds are her own rebounds. Like let's get real, right? Because anybody that knows any better or knows a thing or two about basketball would know that that's baloney, right? But when you see that over and over, I'm like, oh, and I respond and I say, oh, so you didn't watch the game, right? If you think all her rebounds are offensive rebounds, you didn't watch. If you think that she doesn't, if you think she hasn't been working on her shot, you haven't been watching. Like, so yes, am I defending Angel Reese in this rant? Yes, I am, because it's not fair. She's not asking for this. She's not asking for this feud. Neither is Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's not asking for this feud. But then, as the media, you go out and create this target on her back, right? So all the fouls look a little bit more flagrant than they generally would be, right? To somebody that doesn't watch the game like that. And so that's all I got on it. That's my rant about it. Because I don't think it's fair to either player, and I don't think it's fair to the league. I think we have to enjoy what we are watching and appreciate it for what it is uh without escalating things, without making it bigger than certain things are. Like let's enjoy the moments. Let's highlight the moments, the great moments, the fun moments. Let it be fun. And that's it. Now we switch to college football. What we've been waiting on. First, let's talk about Colorado. Again, I'm going to rant. All right. I'm gonna rant. It's gonna be fun, but I'm gonna rant. Why does Colorado get so much hate? Why do they hate Colorado? Or do they hate Colorado? Or is it they hate Coach Prime? Do they hate Coach Prime and his sons? Shalom Shador Sanders? I don't understand it. I don't understand why they get so much hate. Clearly, Coach Prime is trying to do something for his sons. And you know what I've noticed? Anytime we have a father advocating for their kids, generally in the black community, it seems to be an issue. When the Ball brothers and that whole thing was going, they was like, their dad needs to shut up. Their dad needs to. And he's advocating for his kids. Got them into the league. And the thing is, why wouldn't you go up to bat for your children and do something, you know, to better them and their future? Like, why would you not do that? Why would Dion not do that? But here's the thing. Here's what's even more important. He's not even only doing that for his sons. He is doing that for the players that play for his team. All of them. He's trying to turn them into men. He's not only setting them up for great futures, for possible great futures as football players, but great uh futures as fathers, as men. And I don't understand the hate for that. And people will say, oh, it's all about Coach Prime. Are you crazy? Do you see the things that he instills in them? Again, that's people not paying attention. You only want the narrative that you want to hear. You don't want to hear what you know what's important. You want to move the goalposts however it sways for your whatever narrative that you want to put out there, but you don't want to um look at what he's trying to do for these young men. And it's sad. It's sad because he's doing a lot, not only for them, but for that community as well. And I would advise anybody, just go look. I mean, the numbers are available. Everything is available for what he's done for that community. You can see it. It's online. I don't have to tell you. You can go see it for yourself. It, it, it might stay in your mental Rolodex if you go read it for yourself. I'm just saying, he's doing some great things. Now let's talk about what happened on the field. All right. So they played a North Dakota State's a really good team. Like, don't let the conference fool you. That has been a good program. That's been a solid program. You know, if you know, you know. Um, don't just think it's just Travis Hunter, bro. Like, Colorado has some weapons. Jimmy Horn Jr. He had 7 receptions for 198 yards and a touchdown. Okay. Uh, I don't even have to talk about the amazing catch that Travis Hunter had. And I know what people are thinking. You know, the defense was, not great. The defense, I disagree, because if you look at, for one, this is the first game of the season, right, for them. Compare the second half to the first half, and look at what the defense was able to do and how they were able to adjust in the second half. Not only that, but look at how in the first half, the adjustments of the offensive line compared to the second half. Now, I will say, yeah, Colorado was not as explosive in the second half as they were in the first half, in terms of some of those bigger plays. But overall, if you really look at it, Colorado made some big adjustments in that game. Yeah, was it a close game? Yes, but it's week one, and they'll make some adjustments. Hey, and I'm not out here saying that they're finna make, the college football playoff. They might. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm just saying, like, they won, and people still want to write them off as not a great team. They played a really good team. Like, forget, like, again, throw the conference thing out. They played a solid team. And I think there is so much that they can build on and grow on from just that game that remains to be seen. But I think that throughout the season, we can see it. Now I'll be fair. Like, it's do I have the concerns for Travis Hunter playing both sides and sustaining that all season? Yeah, I do. But if he feels like he can do it, and if Coach Prime Dion feels like he can do it, who are we to tell them anything different? We're not. What are we gonna tell them anything different? Only thing we could do is wait and see. But I'm excited to see what they do against Nebraska next week. We'll see how that plays out. We'll see what happens. Um. So here's some of my other takeaways from this week. First of all, we'll go to let's talk about the Miami and Florida game. So this is more about Miami than it is about Florida, because I didn't expect anything different from Florida. I didn't expect Florida to be that great. They haven't been in 5 years. They haven't been, they haven't been that, right? Since they've been, decent, right? It's been what, 4 or 5 years. Um, Miami looked really good. I mean, I balanced too. Like, they didn't run for a ton of yards, but they did, if you know what I mean. But the pass game, they were able to execute passing. Um, I mean, like, it was ugly for Florida, and I liked what I saw from Miami. It was a beautiful thing. Um, and again, I didn't expect much from Florida, but I expected more in that game. Like, I expected more from Florida in that game, and they just look like okay, well, we're gonna just see what Florida's been over the last few years. Like nothing more, nothing less. So what that game did was make me excited to see what Miami can be this year. Um, I'm really excited about that. Um, the Georgia Clemson game. Now, first of all, Clemson came into this game ranked 14th. I've never been a huge fan of Dabo Sweeney. I've never been a huge fan of the Clemson stretch. Okay, I know Clemson. I know Dabo Sweeney. I've heard him talk about you know the players he puts in the NFL. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but it's been some years since you won, man. And the way Georgia beat them tells me a lot of things, and I'm curious. The thing is, boosters and fans of these college teams do not wait long before they want you gone. And I'm wondering when they start asking for Dabo Sweeney to get up out of there, because quite honestly, I think he should have been gone already. I don't know. What do y'all think? What are your thoughts on that? Let me know. Let me know in the comments, because I think he should have been gone, and I do. I'd be hard. I don't know. I think we're gonna see a couple more weeks, but if it's still on the struggle bus after week 3, I think they're gonna want him out of there. I think they're gonna want him out of there. Let's go to before we get to because yeah, I'm gonna talk Florida State. I'm gonna talk Florida State. I'm gonna talk Florida State and Boston College, and I'm gonna get to that. Real quick. I'm not gonna talk about these like the Texas beating Colorado State and Michigan not looking good but still winning, Oregon not looking good but still winning. I'm not gonna talk about those because they, they won, but it wasn't nothing. I'm not. Let's talk Notre Dame, Texas A&M. It was a really good game. It was a good game. Do I think any of them are good teams? No, I think they're both middle of the road teams that the matchup made a good game. Nothing from either team wowed me. And I feel like Notre Dame can make the playoffs simply because the schedule that they have. And they're independent. So they don't have to win the division and I mean obviously we have a 12 team playoff now. But you know, they can get in that my thing was before the season I said if they win that game, I felt like they were in if they win that game. Now the only other thing that can happen now is they shoot themselves in the foot. That's it, right? Because if you look at their schedule, it's you know. So LSU, USC, LSU will bounce back. They got some young players. There was some coaching question marks, I guess you could say. I feel like if you're opening drive and you make it in the red zone, take the 3 points. There was some questioning calls coaching wise from LSU, but I don't think there's anything to worry. I mean, LSU lost their opening game last year. They finished 10-3. So now from USC, if you're a USC fan, you have to feel good. You have to feel good because we're not used to seeing USC's defense play that way, right? And when I say that, I mean like we're really not used to seeing USC's defense play like that. Like USC's defense looked pretty like good. Like and people might check the score and look at the numbers and be like, no, but given what we've seen historically from USC, it looked good. I can't remember that quarterback's name, but he looks super comfortable. He didn't get frazzled. He seemed solid, and I think he could grow. And yeah, USC, like from what I saw, like they might have something brewing. They might can do some things. Now, this is what I will say. We're gonna really find out, when they got to play like the Ohio States and things of that nature, right? When they got to play, and I'm not a huge. I'm like everybody who knows me personally knows that I'm not a huge Big Ten guy. Felt like um I've always felt like the Big Ten got a little bit more praise than they deserve, but I get it because some of the best wide receivers come from Ohio State. And they've put a good product on the field for a long time, as has Michigan, as has Penn State's, right? But I just never I felt like the SEC built better defenses and had better balanced teams historically. I don't think I don't know. I'm on the fence a little bit, but I do think USC is better than people expected. So we have to see more game, man. I mean, that's week 1. We got to see more game. All right. Now, what I can tell you is Florida State ain't it this year. Like all those players left, um, and Florida State is just not that team this year. Like, period. They're just not that team this year. They gave up 269 rushing yards last night, facing Boston College. Yeah, Florida State's not. I mean, they just don't offensive miscues like bad. Like they couldn't. I mean, they might have had maybe 40 rushing yards, 50 rushing yards last night, maybe. Like none of the receivers broke 80 yards receiving. Like Florida State is not it. Um, and I could say that. Like I'm confident in that, right? Saying that, right? They're not gonna that's it. They're out of the top 25 and they will not be back in this year. I'm confident in saying that. I'm confident in saying that. Now, if I'm wrong, I will come back and I will apologize to every Florida State Seminoles fan. One by one. No, I won't. I'm lying. But honestly, no, but really. Florida State's done, man. Georgia Tech manhandled them for the most part. I mean, Florida State put up a better fight against Georgia Tech, but what I saw Boston College do to Florida State last night, I was like, yeah, this ain't it, man. This ain't it. Uh, you know, uh, so yeah, I have them out of the top 25. I would like to know what other people think because I did see a poll that asked how much should they drop. I think, I mean, Boston College like convincingly won that. And yeah, man, it was ugly. But yeah, man, I know that some people were kind of upset about some of the point margins and some of the games weren't that, excited. But honestly, I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. I and I don't know if it's just because I missed it, you know. Sometimes it's just sometimes you miss something and no matter what product you're seeing, you're happy about it. So I don't know. But I enjoyed what I saw. Obviously we know that we are just like 48 hours damn near from 48 hours from dun, 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 dun. Baltimore and Kansas City will play Thursday night. Patrick Mahomes and your boy Lamar Jackson. So that starts that. Everybody who knows I'm a diehard Rams fan. Y'all can go back and look at the other episodes and know that. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting. There's some exciting games. The Rams versus Detroit Jets against the Niners. Speaking of the Niners, Trent Williams is back in practice. I hear that the numbers are getting closer on an agreement. Of course, Brandon Ayuk, he got his money. So so yeah. Yeah, it's some big games coming up this weekend with college on the college level and in the NFL, and I am happy to see it. I am. But yeah, man, that's all I got this episode. I just kind of want to talk some college football. Next week, me and Adrian will be talking about some college and some NFL ball, and just how excited we are about it, and what took place week 1. So, stay tuned. Check in with us, like, subscribe. Talk to us. Just what I mean. We got the fundamentals TikTok, fundamentals. YouTube. If you see this, you're probably gonna see it on YouTube. So, yeah, man, check in with us. It's fun. Get with us. Be part of the team. I would like to get people in on the show. Just regular, because we regular folks. We regular people. We just fans. We just fans. Giving our point of view as fans. That's why, hence the term fundamentals. So yes, check in with us. Holla at me. Leave me a message on leave comments. I'll give you a link to message me, whatever. Get in on the show. Talk. Disagree with me if you want to. We could talk about it on here. I would love that. All right. Anyway, hope y'all enjoy the week. Hope y'all enjoy a fun weekend of football. Peace.